Neuromorphic engineering, also known as neuromorphic computing, is a concept developed by Carver Mead in the late 1980s, describing the use of very large-scale integration (VLC) systems containing electronic analog circuits to mimic neurobiological architectures present in the nervous system. In recent times, the term neuromorphic has been used to describe analog, digital, mixed-mode analog/digital VLC, and software systems that implement models of neural systems for perception, motor control, or multisensory integration. The implementation of neuromorphic computing on the hardware level can be realized by oxide-based memristors, threshold switches, and transistors. A key aspect of neuromorphic engineering is understanding how the morphology of individual neurons, circuits, applications, and overall architectures creates desirable computations, affects how information is represented, influences robustness to damage, incorporates learning and development, adapts to local change, plasticity, and facilitates evolutionary change. Neuromorphic engineering is an interdisciplinary subject that takes inspiration from biology, physics, mathematics, computer science, and electronic engineering to design artificial neural systems, such as vision systems, head-eye systems, auditory processors, and autonomous robots, whose physical architecture and design principles are based on those of biological nervous systems. As early as 2006, researchers at Georgia Tech published a field-programmable neural array. This chip was the first in a line of many increasingly complex arrays of floating-gate transistors that allowed programmability of charge on the gates of MOSFETs to model the channel ion characteristics of neurons in the brain, and was one of the first cases of a silicon-programmable array of neurons. In November 2011, a group of MIT researchers created a computer chip that mimics the analog, ion-based communication in a synapse between two neurons using 400 transistors and standard CMOS manufacturing techniques. In June 2012, Spinetronic researchers at Purdue presented a paper on design for a neuromorphic chip using lateral spin valves and memristors. They argue that the architecture they have designed works in a similar way to neurons and can therefore be used to test various ways of reproducing the brain's processing ability. In addition, these chips are significantly more energy efficient than conventional ones. Research at HP Labs on MOT memristors has shown that while they can be non-volatile, the volatile behavior exhibited at temperatures significantly below the phase transition temperature can be exploited to fabricate a neuristor, a biologically inspired device that mimics behavior found in neurons. In September 2013, they presented models and simulations that show how the spiking behavior of these neuristors can be used to form the components required for a Turing machine. NeuroGrid, built by brains in silicon at Stanford University, is an example of hardware designed using neuromorphic engineering principles. The circuit board is composed of 16 custom-designed chips, referred to as neurocores. Each neurocore's analog circuitry is designed to emulate neural elements for 65,536 neurons, maximizing energy efficiency. The emulated neurons are connected using digital circuitry designed to maximize spiking throughput. A research project with implications for neuromorphic engineering is a Human Brain Project, a 10-year collaboration that is attempting to simulate a complete human brain in a supercomputer using biological data. It is made up of a group of researchers in neuroscience, medicine, and computing. Henry Markram, the project's co-director, has stated that the project is proposing to establish a new foundation, to explore and understand the brain and its diseases, and to use that knowledge to build new computing technologies. The three primary goals of the project are to better understand how the pieces of the brain fit and work together, to understand how to objectively diagnose and treat brain diseases, and to use the understanding of the human brain to develop neuromorphic computers. That the simulation of a complete human brain will require a supercomputer 1,000 times more powerful than today's encourages the current focus on neuromorphic computers. $1.3 billion has been allocated to the project by the European Commission. Other research with implications for neuromorphic engineering involves the Brain Initiative and the Tri-North chip from IBM.